I usually don't like to talk about anything negative or anything that was a scam that's got to do with other agents because that's none of my business. But I saw this posted in a Facebook group the other day and I think this is wild. What happened is this applicant used an agent to submit his tourist visa, and apparently it was granted, and he even ran a Vivo check. If you guys are ever unsure on this, you can go to Vivo check and check your visa status in Australia. He ran a Vivo check and it showed that he had a valid visa to Australia. Later, he went to check into his flight and he was actually denied boarding onto the plane because there was no visa. But he had just ran a Vivo check not long ago and it showed that he had a valid visa. What their said agent actually did is they made an application for a tourist visa for them, used the same passport details, but put a different country. Now, the Australian Immigration Department, they automatically grant some tourist visas if they're from a certain country of passport. So the agent lodged this application, used their same name, passport details, passport number, but they put a different country of passport. So Australia just probably granted this very quickly. So what I think happened is after the client actually checked that there was a visa grant, the agent went back in, updated the passport details to the right country of passport. So when you run a Vivo check, you can't find that visa grant anymore. This is just wild. Now, this is very unlikely that this was done by an actual registered agent or an immigration lawyer. There honestly is a lot of people posing to be agents, posing to be lawyers. So it's just really important to do your research before you engage someone to do this. If you currently hold a student visa in Australia and you're very lucky you get an invitation for say a 190 visa and you lodge the application, you must stay enrolled in your course and keep studying, maintaining the conditions of your student visa. You can't just stop studying. You can stop studying once you no longer need to maintain the student visa conditions, which means you no longer probably hold a student visa. So when your 190 visa is actually granted. This is super important. There are 3 visa options if your visa is about to expire. First of all, if you came to Australia on your tourist visa, you don't really have many options to extend besides applying for another tourist visa, possibly a student visa if you meet the genuine temporary entry requirements, and lastly, maybe a temporary skills shortage 482 visa if you are lucky enough to secure an employer. Secondly, if you currently hold a student visa, you have working rights. So you would be eligible for the COVID 408 visa if your visa is about to expire within 90 days. Or if you meet the Australian study requirements for a post-study or a graduate work visa, subclass 485, you can apply for that. Lastly, if you actually hold a temporary activity 408 COVID visa, if your visa is about to expire within the next 90 days, you can apply for another 408 visa.
Baby girl, you are so pretty. Baby girl.